Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
You got this. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. 65.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard, and he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by the third-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard, escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to...
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Matthew Stafford, his fourth touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. And he's got room. Breaks the tackle now at Allen. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard, 66 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. On first and goal, Howard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch like 7. Hey, echo. Here we go. Stop.
Now Stafford. Flush to his right. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, box truck.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Howard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go And sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing on second down. Wentz. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Set! Blue 60! Omaha, ready to move! 53! You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Monday!
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
25, check 25, check alert!
Stafford. Flushed out right, and that is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Off the play fake. Johnson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Let's go. Pick it up,
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Wentz will try again on second down. Jackson's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down. Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, this is Howard. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. We haven't even escaped the...
days, probably back before you were born. If your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right. Move.
To throw again. Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 2.
Next to score, Eagles 16.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Running from the gun with Howard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 22 yards there, a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Go. 120.
Wentz going to throw. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Stay with your man.
Throwing is Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
A gain of 26 yards.
Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mike 42, chest, 42.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
On first down, it's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Derek Barnett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Remember, Prater has hit from 64 earlier in his career. This one not quite as long, but good from distance nonetheless. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like...
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Wentz now on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz looking for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And now it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Wentz now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't got nothing. Watch safety. Bring it on.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. And middle. Check. Hey, Haywood. Check out.
Throwing again. Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the air again, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Again, it's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
50-50. Slam.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And he comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
11.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Stafford looking downfield for Jones. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Amendola, he was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. To throw, it's Wentz. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Here's Matt Weil now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Brady!
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
On first down, they run with Howard. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go with Howard again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check 3.
Hey, other side, solid.
44, Mike, 44.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. But I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
17. Watch the twist.
On third down, this is Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
For the field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's second down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Stafford. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Brandon Graham getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake, but he will not make the 1st down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
59.
53's the mic, 53.
Hey, zoom.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anderson-Dejo. And they'll set it. Line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Back. 180.
On 1st down, it's Howard. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. To throw is Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Mike Daniels able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Wentz to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. Dancing to his left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now it's Stafford. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing is Stafford. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
It's just me and you. Mike's 42.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get at it.
And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Prater on to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, You're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
59!
Throwing again on second down. Stafford, he's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Running with Howard. Fights free, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout, and as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Buying time to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Rashaan Melvin. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.